There's an election on Tuesday, May 6th, and if you live in the West Clermont School District, one of the things that's going to be on your ballot is an increase in property taxes and an entirely new income tax to fund West Clermont schools. When you go to your mailbox to pick up your mail, just like I do, you might not be surprised at all to receive, amongst all the other junk mail you get, a beautiful and glossy West Clermont Schools newsletter. A newsletter that we seem to get extremely regularly, that appears to be very expensive, and that appears to be almost entirely filled with propaganda for the schools, paid for at taxpayer expense. Let me put this other mail down, and then let's take a look at this West Clermont newsletter. It has all sorts of pretty charts and graphs in it. It talks about, yes, why you need to support the levy, the things that the levy won't do. It tells you that we're just not spending enough money, and that the solution is to just keep building more buildings. Well, I think it's nothing but bullshit, and it's nothing but propaganda. Our schools, not just in West Clermont, but across Ohio and across our nation, are not delivering products that are competitive on the world stage. They are not doing a good job. And I do think that West Clermont has dramatically improved over the last several years. I think the administration has done a good job. But the problems it faces are not because of buildings. And the notion of we just need to keep building buildings is a cop-out to addressing the real educational issues that are holding back our kids and holding back our community. I went to Guardian Angels in McNicholas. My son went to Glen Estee and West Clermont. Guardian Angels is an old building. Guardian Angels Annex is a 60s, 70s style building. All of McNicholas is largely an old building or a 60s, 70s style building. How come they don't keep tearing them down? How come our public school systems seem to continually not properly maintain their buildings and then constantly want them to be torn down at your expense to build new buildings? That's what West Clermont is doing. So it even says right here, what is it for? New construction, maintaining buildings, and updating equipment. Well, the lion's share of that is new construction. And again, that's not what is holding our kids back. The school district that has done a pretty good job at improving needs to do a lot of work on improving its ethics. This wasteful use of taxpayer money for propaganda pieces in favor of a levy should be unacceptable to us all, coming from a district that is saying that it has dire finances. Hey guys, you don't need to have full color, glossy, beautiful. Even if you want to communicate with us, you can do it in much cheaper and more effective ways. And hey guys, maybe we would appreciate that instead of just propaganda about how wonderful things are and how you need more money, you would actually address head on what are the biggest issues and challenges that you're trying to resolve. Treat us like adults and not just piggy banks. Finally, I want to say that I believe that the administration of the school has been exceptionally unethical in this levy. It is intentionally doing a levy and a property tax increase and an income tax increase without letting seniors and the broader community know. Now, people might read it in here, but they're not doing anything to promote the levy whatsoever. There's no signs, there's no campaign, there's no community events. Why? Because what they're trying to do is unethically slip through a property and income tax increase, a property tax increase, and a whole new income tax with most of the voters not even knowing what's going on. Is that the kind of ethics they're teaching our kids at these schools? All of this is not good. I encourage you to vote no on May 6th on the West Clermont property tax, tax grandma out of her house, and income tax, tax working people for the first time ever, a gateway to more and more taxes. Then tell the schools to go back and look for plans that don't involve constantly tearing down buildings and also involve being more respectful to the community in terms of doing levies at times when people know the elections are taking place, and also being sure that when you are doing those levies, you are looking at ways to ease the burden on overtaxed property tax people and maybe then shifting to income tax. I can't believe how much people in the West Clermont School District that are for this talk about the kids deserving new buildings. No, the kids deserve the opportunity for a good education, and that's largely not dependent upon the buildings that they are in. But seniors, working people, they deserve ethical levies, and they deserve not to be taxed out of their house to pay for glossy propaganda newsletters. Vote no on May 6th.